JLG Industries Incorporated presents JLG Mass Boom Lift Safety, featuring the following models: E18MJ, E26MJ, and the E33MJ. By following the recommendations for safe and proper operation of this machine, by viewing this video and reading and understanding the operation and safety manuals, you accept responsibility for the safe and proper operation of your JLG lift. This presentation does not relieve the user or operator from the responsibility of obtaining, reading, and fully understanding the applicable operation and safety manual and other information provided by the manufacturer and your employer. In addition, the operator and employer are responsible for complying with the federal, state, local, and provincial rules and regulations covering the proper use and operation of this product. The Operation and Safety Manual, a safety handbook, and a copy of the ANSI Manual of Responsibilities A92.5 can be found in a plastic compartment located on the platform. These documents must be kept with the machine, and if not available, may be obtained by calling 877-JLG-SAFE, 877-554-7233. Pre-start inspection. Before each use, a walk-around inspection must be conducted to make sure that there is no visible damage, loose or missing parts, excessive wear, or fluid leakage. The Operation and Safety Manual contains a complete inspection procedure that must be followed. The inspection includes the following: the tire and wheel assemblies, properly secured, no loose or missing lug nuts. The drive motors and brakes, no evidence of leakage. Check under the machine for loose or missing parts as well as any fluid leaks indicating possible damage to the machine. The JLG Mass Booms are equipped with a pothole protection system integrated into the frame, providing additional support for the lift should the wheel be driven into or positioned over an unprotected floor opening. The hood assemblies. Make sure there are no loose or missing parts, securely fastened and no visible damage. The mast insulation, including the mast chains, electrical cables, hydraulic hoses, and all pins, must be installed and in good condition. Chains must be correctly tensioned and lubricated. The steering assembly, including the spindles. Check for excessive wear or loose or missing parts. The hydraulic control valve. No visible damage, hydraulic hoses undamaged, and no leaks. The hand pump and manual descent operation. Make sure that the decals are legible. The battery charger, properly secured. Consult the service manual for battery charger operation. Different battery chargers are used on different models, so the charger LEDs may not be the same. The ground control console. Make sure the switches and buttons return to neutral and the decals and placards are secure and legible. The platform assembly, including the platform controls, guardrails, and entrance gates. Make sure the switches and levers are returned to neutral, the decals and placards are secure and legible, the control markings are legible, and the foot switch works properly, not modified, disabled, or blocked. Also include the following as part of the walk-around inspection. Placards. Keep all information and operating placards legible, clean, and unobstructed. Make sure none of the decals or placards are missing and that all illegible decals and placards are cleaned or replaced. Protect when spray painting or shot blasting to maintain legibility. Ensure that all copies of the applicable manuals, the Operation and Safety Manual, AEM Manual, and the ANSI A92.5 Manual are in the manual storage holder. Ensure that all periodic inspections and maintenance has been completed as outlined in the Operation and Safety Manual for your specific mass boom lift. Check the machine for modifications to original components. Ensure that any modifications have been approved by JLG. Ensure overall cleanliness. Check all surfaces for leakage, oil or battery fluid, and foreign objects. Inspect the machine structure for dents, damage, weld, or apparent metal cracks or other discrepancies. You should start each day with fully charged batteries. Don't smoke or have any open flames when recharging. If there is any evidence of a problem, shut down the lift, remove it from service, and notify the proper authorities. Controls and daily function check. A function check of all systems must be performed after the walk-around inspection is complete. The machine must be positioned on a smooth, firm, level surface in an area free of overhead and ground level obstructions. Read, understand, and obey all danger, warning, and caution placards and operating instructions on the machine and in the applicable manuals prior to operation. Do not operate the machine until you've done so. Before operating the lift, verify that you're using the proper personal protective equipment. JLG E18MJ, E26MJ, and E33MJ lifts are equipped with control panels that use symbols to indicate control functions. Refer to your Operation and Safety Manual or the legend located near the platform and ground controls for a listing of these symbols and their corresponding functions. Now complete a function check of the machine from the ground controls. The battery disconnect switch is located beside the ground control station. The switch needs to be rotated clockwise to connect and counterclockwise to disconnect the batteries. The Power Select key switch is a 3-position key operated switch that provides power to either ground or platform controls. The red emergency stop switch button shuts off power to all functions when depressed. Turn the button clockwise to reset the emergency stop switch. The green Function Enable button must be pushed and held to operate any function. The turntable swing switch. Move the switch to the right to swing the turntable to the right, or move the switch to the left to swing the turntable to the left. The machine has a non-continuous 360-degree swing function. Mast up and mast down functions are activated by pressing either the mast up or mast down switch. Platform movement stops when a selected switch is released. Raise and lower the platform through several cycles. Check for smooth operation. The jib boom switch moves the jib up or down. The jib boom will reach above the mast to gain higher heights or fold up below the mast to fit through doorways. Moving the jib up or down will automatically keep the platform level. Please note, the platform level does not have a manual override switch in the ground control of the E33MJ. On the E33MJ, the jib boom telescope in and jib boom telescope out functions are activated by pressing the jib boom telescope in or out switch. The jib boom telescope allows extra reach anywhere in the working envelope. Check the emergency stop switch button function by depressing it while raising the jib. All machine functions will be disabled if it's functioning properly. If it functions properly, reset the emergency stop switch button for operation. The battery filling pump button is located beside the right hood cover. Depressing the push button to activate the battery filling pump will replace evaporated water from the batteries. An indicator will stop turning when the batteries are full. The manual descent valves are individual hydraulic valves for each function located at the front base of the machine that can be used to lower the platform in the event that the platform and ground control stations are inoperable. To operate the manual descent valves and lower the jib boom, mast boom, jib boom telescope, or swing, press and hold the override push buttons located at the top and bottom of each valve while activating the hand pump. Verify the proper operation of the manual descent system. Raise the platform between 2 and 3 feet with the jib boom switch at the ground controls. Locate the manual descent system and follow the operating instructions as specified in the Operation and Safety Manual and on the machine. The brake release lever disengages the brakes when moved to the unlock position and activating the hand pump. The brakes must be disengaged when moving the machine by any means other than driving, such as pushing or using a forklift when applicable. Only disengage the brakes when the machine is placed on a level surface or when the machine has been fully restrained to prevent unintended movement. The brakes must be re-engaged by moving the brake release lever to the lock position. The brakes must be engaged before any function will operate from the ground or platform control station. This concludes the functional check of the ground controls. Now perform a functional check of the platform controls. Platform operations. The maximum rated capacity of the mast boom lifts are displayed at the platform and in the operation and safety manual. The 500-pound rated platform capacity includes the weight of the operator and tools. Care should be taken to never exceed the rated capacity. Use extreme caution when entering or leaving the platform. Ensure that the platform is fully lowered. Always face the machine and use the 3-point contact method when entering or leaving the platform. The 3-point contact method means that 2 hands and 1 foot, or 1 hand and 2 feet, are in contact with the machine at all times while entering or leaving the platform. Enter the platform. Ensure that the drop bar is closed and properly secure the lanyard for your fall protection device to the designated anchorage point. The red emergency stop switch button shuts off power to all functions when depressed. Turn the button clockwise to reset the emergency stop switch button. First, check the battery discharge indicator. As the battery discharges, the bar light moves from the right to the left 10 bars, showing 0% discharge. As the machine is worked, the light bar will slowly move to the last 2 light bars on the left side. At 80% discharge, the power will be cut off and the batteries will need to be charged. The hour meter is also located in the same gauge. The tilt indicator light and alarm. Excessive tilting of the machine will turn on the red light and an audible alarm if the mast boom is raised above the elevation switch setting. Below elevation or in the transport mode, no lights or alarm will sound. Slack chain indicator light and alarm. If the mast boom chains detect a slack in any of the chains, the red light and alarm will sound. The slack chain indicator light is primarily used when the chains become stretched, damaged, or not adjusted properly. The light will illuminate if the platform is set on an obstruction and the mast boom cannot detect any load. We will cover this more in detail later in this video. Unauthorized movement indicator is an orange light which indicates the machine is in a configuration where the activation of movement is not permitted. Many conditions will illuminate this light: trying to drive while tilted, trying to jib boom down while in a slack chain condition, trying to use a mast or jib function while driving, and trying to drive while using a mast or boom function are some of the conditions that will cause the orange light to glow. Power enable indicator. A green light indicates that the controls are ready. To enable any function, press and hold the foot switch, then press and hold the desired switch to control the functions. The foot switch and function switches must be continuously activated to control the movement of the platform. Verify the proper operation of the machine functions by raising, lowering, swinging, telescoping, and leveling the platform through several cycles. Also check for smooth operation by using the turntable swing control switch, mast boom control switch, and jib boom control switch. Use the jib telescope control switch and platform leveling control switch for the E33MJ only. When elevating, the platform will automatically stop moving when the maximum height is reached or the mast, jib, or telescope switch is released. When swinging, the platform moves in the direction of the arrow on the platform decal. The swing function is a non-continuous 360-degree rotation. Mechanical stops will keep the turntable from turning more than 360 degrees. If the platform is lowered onto an obstruction and the mast boom continues to lower, one or more of the slack chain sensors will send a signal to the slack chain indicator light and will cut out all functions except the mast boom lift up and the jib boom lift up. To reset this indicator light, use the mast boom lift up or the jib boom lift up switch. The jib boom switch. When elevating the jib boom, be aware that the jib boom travels in an arc to the maximum position. The platform may contact an object. When lowering the jib boom, check the area under the platform to make sure it is clear. Always lower the platform to the fully lowered position before exiting the platform. When extending the jib boom telescope, the platform, depending on the position of the jib boom, can either raise or lower. Caution should be used not to extend the platform to make contact with the ground. Also be aware the lifting arc of the platform is increased traveling to the maximum position. The platform may contact an object. When retracting the jib boom telescope, the platform, depending on the position of the jib boom, will lower or raise as well. Check under and around the platform to make sure it is clear. When using the platform leveling control switch only on the E33MJ, pull the switch to tilt the platform backwards. Push the switch to tilt the platform forwards. This function only works in the transport position, consisting of mast fully lowered, jib boom fully lowered, and jib telescope fully retracted. The platform will automatically level when the jib boom is moved up or down in any position. The function speed control is used to increase or decrease the speed of movements. When the knob is turned counterclockwise to the left turtle position, the mast boom, swing, and jib boom movements except for the drive are performed at low speed. Turn the knob clockwise to the right rabbit position to increase the speed of the mast boom, swing, or jib boom movements. The horn button will sound the horn. The auxiliary power button. Once the electrical power is cut due to excessive battery discharge, 80%, the auxiliary power button can be pressed to use the remaining battery charge to travel to the charging station. The button must be pushed and held before the controls are enabled and the desired movement is controlled. An audio beep is actuated when the button is depressed. The positive traction button must be pushed and held to engage the positive traction function. When a wheel does not have full traction, this control enables transfer of the hydraulic power to the opposite driving wheel. Maximum efficiency is achieved when the wheels are straight. Use of this control should only be temporary. The function is only available when the machine is stowed. This function is not available if the drive speed selector switch is on low speed or turtle. If any function selected does not stop when intended, push the emergency stop switch button. Then, if the platform is elevated, seek the assistance of someone to lower the platform using the manual descent valves located at the base of the machine. Immediately notify the proper personnel and remove the lift from service until the problem has been corrected. Moving the rocker switch on the end of the drive controller will steer the machine in the direction selected. Evaluate the steer function operation compared to the decal on the platform control to the position of the turntable so the wheels turn in the desired direction. Steer left and right and check for proper operation. To enable the drive function, depress the foot switch, lift up on the ring to unlock the controller, then move the drive control handle to drive forward or reverse. Push forward to drive forward and pull back to drive in reverse. Check the drive function or proper operation by driving forward and reverse. The drive control handle is proportional, allowing the drive speed to be decreased or increased by the movement of the handle. Never slam the control handle through neutral to the opposite direction. Always return to neutral and stop before moving to the next function. Operate controls with slow and even pressure. The black and white direction arrows on both the chassis hood and the platform control box will help the operator orientate the direction of travel if the boom is swung 90 degrees. Match the black and white arrows on the decal by the drive controller to the arrows on the chassis hoods so the machine will move in the intended direction. A drive speed selector switch allows the machine to have 3 speeds. Turtle, or first speed, is a slow speed for positioning the machine in tight areas. Ramp, or second speed, is for climbing speed and allows the machine to climb maximum grades. The grade must not exceed the rated grade ability as stated in the Operation and Safety Manual for the applicable JLG lift model. Rabbit, or third gear, allows the machine to travel at maximum speed. A second drive speed selector switch is only used on the E33MJ. This switch is called the Drive Extra Speed Selector Switch and has a small rabbit and large rabbit. This control is operational only when the drive speed selector is in third speed. To enable fourth speed, the Drive Extra Speed Selector switch is positioned on the large rabbit. Once in fourth speed, a secondary hydraulic power unit will start at the end of the drive control joystick travel, thus increasing the drive speed. Use of this control is reserved to travel over long distances and on horizontal grounds. If the machine arrives on a sloped surface, the secondary power unit will stop and start again only when the machine returns to a level surface. The maximum drive speed is automatically reduced when the mast boom is elevated above transport position approximately 6 inches. On the E33MJ, there are 2 additional cutouts, 2 inches extended on the jib telescope and 20 inches on the jib boom. If the maximum drive speed does not reduce when the platform is elevated above 20 inches, shut down the machine, remove it from service, and notify the proper personnel. With the platform in a stowed position, check that the drive brakes hold when the machine is driven up and stopped on a grade. The grade must not exceed the rated gradability as stated in the Operation and Safety Manual for the applicable JLG lift model. Ensure that all drive and/or lift cutouts operate properly. The lift is equipped with a tilt sensor and a drive lockout function that disables the elevation control when the lift is positioned on a slope greater than 5 degrees. With the platform elevated, the drive control is disabled when the lift is driven on a slope greater than 5 degrees. Consult the specific model and country specifications in the Operation and Safety Manual to determine the cutout settings on your specific unit. This concludes the functional check of the JLG mast booms. If any of the functions or cutouts outlined in this video or in the Operation and Safety Manual for the applicable JLG lift model do not function properly, shut down the machine, remove the unit from service, and notify the proper authorities. Safety precautions. Some general safety precautions must be followed during operation of a JLG mast boom lift. Do not operate any machine on which the safety or instruction placards or decals are missing or illegible. Ensure all safety devices are operating properly. Modification of these devices is a safety violation. Never operate a machine that is not working properly. If a malfunction occurs, shut down the machine. The machine is not insulated and does not provide protection from contact or proximity to electrical current. Maintain a safe distance from electrical lines, apparatus, or any energized, exposed, or insulated parts according to the minimum approach distance as outlined in the Operation and Safety Manual. Allow for machine movement and electrical line swaying. Maintain a clearance of at least 10 feet or 3 meters between any part of the machine and its occupants, their tools, and their equipment from any electrical line or apparatus carrying up to 50,000 volts. Refer to the minimum approach distance chart located in the Operation and Safety Manual for additional clearance. The minimum approach distance may be reduced if insulating barriers are installed to prevent contact, and if the barriers are rated for the voltage of the line being guarded. These barriers shall not be part of or attached to the machine. The minimum approach distance shall be reduced to a distance within the design working dimensions of the insulating barrier. This determination shall be made by a qualified person in accordance with the employer, local, or governmental requirements for work practices near energized equipment. Assume all electrical parts and wiring are energized unless known otherwise. Ensure that operators of other overhead and floor-level machines are aware of the lift's presence. Disconnect power to overhead cranes. Warn personnel not to work, stand, or walk under raised platform. Position barricades on the floor as necessary. Do not operate or raise the platform while on trucks, trailers, railway cars, floating vessels, scaffolds, or other equipment unless approved in writing by JLG. During operation, keep all body parts inside the platform railings. Check work area clearances above, on sides, and bottom of the platform when lifting and lowering the platform. Do not carry materials directly on the platform railings. Keep both feet firmly positioned on the platform floor at all times. Never use ladders, boxes, steps, planks, or similar items on the platform to provide additional reach. Always ensure that power tools are properly stowed and never left hanging by their cord from the platform work area. Avoid any buildup of debris on the platform floor. Keep mud, oil, grease, and other slippery substances from footwear and the platform floor. Keep the chassis of the machine a minimum of 2 feet, 0.6 meters, from holes, bumps, drop-offs, obstructions, debris, concealed holes, and other potential hazards at the ground level. Be aware of stopping distances and all drive speed. The user should be familiar with the work area surface before driving. Exercise extreme caution at all times to prevent obstacles from striking or interfering with operating controls and persons in the platform. Do not drive at high speeds in restricted or close quarters when driving in reverse. Always post a lookout when driving in areas where vision is obstructed. Shutdown procedure. To shut down and park the machine, first drive the machine to a well-protected area. Ensure the platform is fully lowered. Push in the emergency stop switch buttons at the platform and ground controls. Position the key switch to off. Rotate the battery disconnect lever to disengage battery power. Chock at least 2 wheels when parking the machine for an extended period of time. Charging the battery. Always charge the battery in a well-ventilated area. The JLG mass boom lifts are equipped with an automatic battery charger that will stop charging when the battery is fully charged. The battery can be charged daily without concern for overcharging or damage to the battery. To charge, place one end of an extension cord rated for 15 amps into the charge plug receptacle at the front of the lift and the other end into a standard 110-volt outlet. When the charger is connected to the power supply, all the functions are cut out. Turn the power switch to the on or I position, which should start the charge automatically. Once the charge cycle is complete, the solid green light will illuminate. Check the services and maintenance manual for further information. Other than driving the machine, a JLG mass boom lift may be transported from place to place by pushing it on its base wheels, moving it with a forklift truck, or by transporting by truck or trailer. Refer to the operator and safety manual before transporting with a forklift. Prior to moving the machine by pushing or using a forklift, the brakes must be disengaged. The brakes must be re-engaged after moving the machine. The brakes must be only disengaged when the machine is placed on a level surface or when the machine is fully restrained to prevent inadvertent movement. When using a forklift truck, to move an E18MJ or E26MJ, the forklift pockets on the base frame must be utilized. When transporting the machine by truck or trailer, refer to the Operation and Safety Manual for proper loading, unloading, and tie-down procedures. The truck or trailer used for transport must be rated for the weight of your machine and must be on a level surface while loading. Never load or unload while on a slope. If the machine must be lifted to another level by use of a crane or other similar means, the lifting lugs must be utilized. Once again, it's important to complete your work safely using the JLG mass boom lift. To do so, you must use the information provided in this presentation, the Operation and Safety Manual, the decals on the lift, employer rules, and common sense. If you require further clarification on any portion of this video presentation or the safe operation of your JLG lift, contact the Product Safety and Reliability Department at JLG Industries Incorporated at 877-JLG-SAFE. 554-7233 or via email at productsafety@jlg.com.